Are you running into problems with 3D prints and you just don't know how to fix them? There's gaps, there's breaks, support fails, things like that. Well, join me inside today as I show you an awesome tool that'll help you work around those and fix those issues. See you inside. Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video, we are talking about a tool that will help you fix gaps in models, fix broken supports as models are being built, or even, honestly, you can make things 3D printed yourself without even having to get a big old 3D printer. What am I talking about today? I am talking about the 3D printing pen. So this one's from TechBoss. This is the one I use right now currently, and this guy's awesome. I've used it to save supports on models while they're still being printed. I've used it to fill in gaps where my model may have warped or something along the line, or just even to put two seams together from two different prints to help fill in that gap so I don't have to sit there with a bunch of filler and stuff and sand and sand and sand. This guy is a pretty awesome little lifesaver, and if you're a 3D printer, I recommend you get one of these. So today what we're gonna do with this guy, we're gonna make a little something completely from scratch, and we're gonna fix two models that I had a warping issue on one, ironically, and one I've had a piece break. So we're gonna fix those models in this video. So let's get over to the tool bench and get started. See you over there. All right guys, so here's the pen, power cord's in, and you know, one of the awesome things to do with this pen is the end, this wonderful end of the spools. What do I do with these? I'm going to switch this to PLA mode. It has a PLA and ABS mode on this model. And I'm going to start this guy heating up. While we're heating up, I want to make sure I'm going up to a good temperature because I'm using inland PLA plus. So I need to get up to a good hot temperature for this stuff to work. I'm going to get that right there because it has a little motor that will actually pull the filament through for you. So you'll get a continuous spray. As you can see, I've got a mat here from one of my printers. Just to make something on. I've got this Enterprise D that I printed. Great model, except the sausage section's got some holes because I printed it in two pieces. I'm going to set that guy down here to the side, and I've got this Babylon 5 Star Fury that I made, but I had a piece break off. And we're going to fix that. That's what we're going to do first. It's just model repairs. So we're getting heated up. We're at 155. And this is just a spool sprocket that I had that I took off of when I switched off one of my printers. But we're going to get that guy fed in the top. Now, one of the reasons why I've got the mat is just protecting my tabletop here, mainly. But basically, this little piece just goes in right there. So I'm going to get this guy hot. I'm going to get a little bit of PLA coming out, and I'm going to put this on just like it was never broken. 178. Once this gets fed in, it'll stop misbehaving. So now we're green. So now I can hit the green button, the arrow button, and it's going to start pulling my PLA in. And there we go. And there's some old PLA that was already in the pen. We'll let that kind of get cooked out real quick. What we'll do, we'll use some of that. We'll build it up right there. And we'll come in here. We'll build that up, use that nice little hot end. We'll hit the button to get it to stop flowing. We'll break that off and voila, we're fixed. Problem solved. I'll clean that up with the trimmers. So I will set this guy aside. So when it comes to making things with the pen from scratch, I've seen this done various ways. Some people do this with the there, I got to stop. So, making a model from scratch. So we're going to just shuffle that over to the side. It's not that hard. I've seen people take styrofoam balls and start using it. I'm just going to build up a small tower here and just kind of show you how easy it is. You want something that can handle the heat. That's why I have this mat from my one of my CR10 printers that I use. Since I have glass bed, I don't use it for that anymore. So it works great right here. So I'm going to start building it up. And you do have a variable speed control. All right, here we go. We'll get the PLA flowing and we'll just take our time. I'll just start building it up. Now, of course, treat this like it's a 3D printer. I mean, that is a hot end at the end of this pin. So it is very hot. It's about 200 degrees at the end of the pin. But as you can see, I am just starting to build up a good layer. And of course, you know, some of the folks that do this for a job. Some of them do. I don't do this all that often. I mainly bought this for repairs. So it's kind of one of those things, you can do a lot of neat stuff. But I'm gonna build this up some more just to kind of illustrate what we can do. I'll catch you guys once I've got something built up. Alright, just kind of for the fun of it, I am not good at this. So let's just get that on the floor right now. But, I mean, just in that few minutes, I made a heart. So, granted, you can make things from scratch out of this. I use it, like I said, I mainly use it as a repair tool more than anything. Because like what I'm about to show you is with that warped model is a lot of the repairs that I use it for. But scrap PLA, not a problem anymore. One of the things too that you could use this for, I mean, your options are not limited. Toy repair, all kinds of things it can be used for. But like this one, I'm not going to throw this model away. This is probably about 500 grams of PLA, maybe. I don't know, maybe 300, but I'm not going to throw it away. It's huge, and it's actually a very well detailed model. So I'm going to try to save it. So now it's not a perfect job, but it builds that layer up so I can come back, trim this, sand it, and then probably what I'll do is take some Vallejo resin putty and get it really smoothed in and sanded. But as you can see, the gap is getting filled by the natural material. And I'm gonna go some more. But what was a huge gap, granted, there's still a seam. I've still got to fix the seam, but like I said, there are advantages to it too, of just having it not putting out PLA. So what I'm going to do is, it's still hot. I'm going to clean this off enough that I have a hot end that I can come back and use and mold some of this PLA back into place. And it also gives you the benefit of this acts like a fuser. So really, this model is now stronger than it was before with just the glue, because the plastic is actually now fused into one piece. So that is what I love about it. Great repair tool, great filler tool to help you solve some of those problems of getting in there. But like I said too, if you can't afford the big boy 3D printer, here's a way to start. I mean, you saw me just doodling with it. Now, some things to remember when you're doing with this stuff: when you're done, unload it. I kind of learned from experience, this is not really that easy to replace, and it costs almost as much as buying a new pen. So keep it clean, keep it cleaned up, but it just does give you the ability to start making stuff with your own hands. So it's kind of one of those things, if you are a doodler, this might be a way for you to start making keychains or all kinds of stuff. Or you, as you guys see from the channel here, I print big things. But this is also how I fuse things together, is this little pin. Now I'm going to unload him. try to unload him. Nope. But I'm going to turn him off. Alright, we got it unloaded. I'm going to clean up my nozzle. So that's a ceramic nozzle. It's not a brass one that we would normally see on there. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You can see the temperature gauge. Right now it is hot enough to print. And you know, it is pretty nice, ergonomically made like a pen. It works really well. I wish there was, or I haven't seen one. I should probably look around some more, invest in a battery operated one would be pretty cool. But there's a lot of power going here to keep this thing at 180 degrees and a motor feeding the PLA. So batteries probably won't last very long. So the cord is kind of the Achilles heel of this guy in my book. But hey, it's a $40 3D printer. I mean, come on, that's awesome. And if you take it in any regard. So that's all I've got to show you with the 3D printing pen. You know, Christmas is coming. It may be a wise decision. So, off to the conclusion. All right, guys, that's the 3D printing pen. This guy, if you're going to do any 3D printing, I recommend you get one of these. This TechBoss one came from Amazon. It was about $40. There's a link down in the description for one on Amazon that I do recommend. I am doing the Amazon affiliate program, so I appreciate you using my link. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show us some love. And leave a comment down below. Do you have one of these? Do you use it? Is this all you have? I would love to know if this is the only thing you have.